Breaking news at 11, a police-involved shots fired incident is under investigation tonight, and it all unfolded at a Mansfield hotel. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. New at 11, we've learned it all started when North Attleboro police tried to arrest Kevin Burke at the Red Roof Inn.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. Kayla Fish is in North Attleboro, where the suspect was eventually taken into custody.
But first, let's get right to Alex Torres-Perez, who is in Mansfield with the details on how this whole thing unfolded. Alex?
Well, Mike and Shannon, in the last hour, North Attleboro police gave us an update identifying the suspect as a person who posed a danger to the community. Those officers were here at this inn to arrest him, but instead it ended with an officer shooting his weapon. The whole ordeal surprising to those staying at the inn.
What's going on?
It was an unusual end of the workday for Steve Campbell, who's been staying at the Red Roof Inn for the last week.
I saw the helicopters in the air and on the highway, and I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, yeah, they're looking for somebody. Then I showed up at the hotel and all this is going on. North
Attleboro police say officers were at the inn to serve outstanding arrest warrants on a person who posed a danger to the community. But instead of surrendering, police say the suspect, now identified as Kevin Burke, drove off, dragging an officer with him and, quote, endangering the life of the officer. That's when a second North Attleboro police officer fired a single shot, hitting Burke in the arm. Burke was able to get away, but was arrested hours later in North Attleboro.
Desperate, stupid, I have no idea. But he didn't get away, obviously.
Mansfield police were called to the inn after the shooting. They, along with Massachusetts State Police, spent hours processing the scene and collecting evidence. The Mansfield police chief says another person of interest was arrested at the inn.
We're determining the extent of their involvement.
North Attleboro police say 3 of their officers were injured during the incident. They have all been released from the hospital and are expected to be okay, which is a relief to Campbell.
Amen to that.
We now want to send it to 12 News reporter Kayla Fish, who is live in North Attleboro with more details on the suspect's arrest. Kayla?
Yeah, Alex, police spent hours in this neighborhood investigating, and we spoke to one man who watched it all unfold.
This was a real surprise. You know, I couldn't believe it.
Frank Hewitt of North Attleboro says he walked out of his Cottage Street home when he heard news helicopters circling the area.
I thought one of them was Lifestar, actually. So I thought one of my neighbors was hurt. That's why I walked out, actually down the street, and all the cops were there and backed us all up.
The reason, police were looking for a suspect identified as Kevin Burke of North Attleboro, accused of fleeing an officer-involved shooting scene in Mansfield and dragging an officer with his black BMW. That vehicle, with its front windows smashed out, was found behind a business on Robinson Street in North Attleboro. Burke, who Mansfield police say was being investigated for potential drug activity when that shooting happened, was then taken into custody here.
He walked out of the house, walked from behind the house, and they had a stretcher. And he got on the stretcher. His shirt looked like it was ripped off.
We spotted multiple police cruisers parked outside Sturdy Memorial Hospital. North Attleboro police say Burke was shot in the arm as part of the incident, was treated at the hospital, and then released into police custody.
And then after they took him into custody, like I said, the cops have still been around here. They have their dogs and they've been going in the woods.
Investigators spent hours here taking photos of the vehicle and scouring the area. The car eventually towed from the scene around 8 p.m.
And the investigation into this incident continues tonight. We're told any further information will come from the Bristol County District Attorney's Office. Live in North Attleboro tonight, I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.